So this is the first step for the installation of the 7-port door alarm. And this first step is about laying out all the equipment that you have received on the front seat of your vehicle to confirm correct operation of what you have procured. So first thing is install the power cable into the motor monitor device, turn on your ignition, and you'll see that there are no lights on because each and every port has been disabled. And so what we're going to do is we're in this installation are wanting to alarm for 3 different doors, 3 different sensors, and so that means that we'll be enabling ports 1, 2 and 3, and you'll see that when I turn those on, the lights here will go on and they will also alarm because there are no sensors installed, no cables installed. So we'll do that. You can see the 3 are enabled and the 3 are alarmed. So I'll turn that off for now. Now for this installation, the 7-port door alarm is supplied with the expansion cable, and this is a single cable which we install into the single port here on the door alarm, and it provides 7 extender ports labelled 1 to 7 via this 5-metre cable. And so for our installation here, we'll install the first door sensor onto port number 1, which is labelled number 1, and we connect that, making sure that the keys of the connectors are aligned and will connect correctly. Now what we'd like to do is to encourage you to put the sensor together with the magnet to simulate that the door is closed, and for fail-safe operation to function correctly, you have to install this loopback cable at the end of each sensor. Similarly, for port number 2, find the port number 2 cable on the extender, install that, and again the loopback plug for the fail-safe operation, which detects if the cable is cut, so that's alarm on fail. Again, put the magnet there roughly in place and do the similar thing for your third sensor, looking for port number 3, or you can pick whichever port you want as long as you enable it on your door alarm. So again now, these 3 are installed. So we'll check the first one, we'll enable port number 1, and you can see that port number 1 is enabled but no longer alarming. You can remove the magnet and get a bit of a feel for how far or what distance it works over, and when it does that you can adjust the volume to demonstrate that it is functioning correctly. Now the thing to note is the distance over which this operates on this aluminium backed location will be different if you are installing into a steel canopy. A steel canopy or a ferrous canopy, that distance will be less, and so we'd encourage you to get a bit of a feel for that on your actual installation before you actually put those sensors in place. Similarly, for port number 2, we can enable it. You can see it's enabled and there is no alarm. And then port number 3, we can also enable that, and we can see that it's alarming now. And why is that? Well, it's alarming because we forgot to put that loopback cable on, and so the door alarm is detecting that as a cut cable. That fail-safe operation is functioning. So once you've completed that, you can now move on to the next part of the installation.